Hey, welcome back to the show. So when it comes to healthy eating, it's not just about avoiding fatty foods. It's about being aware of what foods you choose. Registered dietitian Michelle Babb is out with this new book called Mastering Mindful Eating. She shared more on what it means and why the visual aesthetic of food is also super important.
So today we're going to make a roasted Romanesco. This is Romanesco with some cannellini white beans and some black rice.
Oh, yum. So how do we get started?
Okay, so the first thing I did already was to roast the Romanesco. And Romanesco, if you haven't seen this before, is broccoli and cauliflower got together and had a rebellious love child, Romanesco. And so it's this beautiful kind of cross between the two, and it roasts really well, and it's so beautiful. It's this kind of chartreuse color, so it goes really well with the black rice. And we're trying to make this food as art, so it's kind of I've also pre-roasted some garlic. So this is a whole head of garlic that I'm going to use for some of the dressing.
I do love the Romanesco. It's beautiful. And then what do you have there?
So these are white beans, and I just used canned white beans. I always am a fan. I'm a proponent of taking some shortcuts, you know. So, and then the other main ingredient, which is, get this, this is called forbidden black rice. This is starting to, sound kind of dangerous, right? This whole thing.
Love childs and forbidden black rice.
Right? So forbidden black rice is a whole grain, so it's really nutritious, but it's so much more interesting than brown rice, because you could make the same salad using the white beans and some brown rice and some cauliflower, and it would be beige on beige on beige. But now we get all of these colors, and it just makes it really pop, and it's beautiful. So this is one of the things that I talk about in the book as food as art.
Yeah, let's talk about that book. And it's about improving your health, but also helping with digestion, right?
That's exactly right. So one of the things that I think people don't think about is, we spend a lot of time focusing on what we're eating, what we're supposed to eat, what we shouldn't eat. And, those things are important, but we can also get a little bit too fixated and obsessive about that. This is really the how to eat part of it. So eating with intention and mindfulness. And when you do that, it actually really improves digestion, and it allows you to just slow down and self-regulate so that you know when you're satisfied.
And that helps with weight loss, right?
That's right. It's much easier. It's a much easier path to weight loss. I call it more of an anti-dieting approach. And it really means that you are, saying goodbye to the obsessive counting calories and tracking and all the things that feel like another part-time job. And you're trading that in for a more kind of slow pace, easy, non-distracted way of eating that can allow your body to give you the signals of when you're satiated.
So you're going to be losing weight, feeling great, and satisfied, it looks like.
Exactly. So you can't lose.
You can't lose. All right, what are you doing there?
So I'm going to use some extra virgin olive oil. I like to mix my dressing in mason jars, because I usually like to make extras whenever I'm making a dressing or a marinade, so I can use it for different things. So I'm going to throw some extra virgin olive oil in here. I'm going to take roasted garlic, which has that nice, lovely, rich flavor. And, once you roast garlic, you can just literally squeeze a little.
Squeeze it.
Yeah. And
it's so gratifying. I love doing that.
And then I'll save this for other things that I might make through the week. Then I'm going to take this beautiful Meyer lemon. So it's just really fragrant, has a little bit more of a sweetness than just a regular standard lemon. And I'm going to get a little zest from that, which is just the very outside of the peel. And then we're going to do a little bit of the actual juice of the lemon too. So, all right. And so anytime you're doing a dressing, it's half the amount of acid as you have oil. So about half the amount of lemon juice as I had oil there.
All right.
And then I'm going to do some nice fresh herbs. So this is oregano. A bunch of oregano in there. And then we'll cut some nice fresh basil. And then we're just whisking that, put a little bit of salt in, smashing up the garlic cloves, the roasted garlic cloves. And it's just going to be a really nice lemony, garlicky kind of a dressing that we're going to toss right in here. So this is one of the things that I do with the recipes in the book is talk about how we can engage our senses when we're eating, and that helps us really tune in. So this is actually featured in the chapter that is called Food as Art, which is really about having lots of color, texture, and variety and things that are interesting to look at.
That would just satiate the mind and body on so many levels.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's exactly what we're aiming for too. In our world of, rapid eating, multitasking, and a lot of processed foods, we don't get as much satisfaction from what we're eating. So this is a way to really tap back into that and reclaim the joy of eating, So we get the nice aroma of basil, but also that nice combo with the oregano and the basil.
So if you want to try this recipe, Michelle shared the roasted Romanesco with cannellini beans and black rice with us, and you can find that on New Day's website. Happy cooking, my friends. Well, the big game is coming up this Sunday, and a lot of you, including me, all right, we watch for the commercials. But up next, we're talking about how the pandemic will be affecting the ads you're going to see this year. We'll be right back.